The sea breeze rustled through the coconut palms. The sunset cast its glow over the Admiral Benbow Inn, where a boy named Jim Hawkins lived with his parents. The sea seemed to whisper of a destiny approaching. A strange sailor appeared, tall, scarred face, voice hoarse with the scent of salt. He introduced himself as Billy Bones and rented a room at the inn, bringing with him the mysteries of the ocean. He told Jim, "If anyone comes, a man with a wooden leg, let me know." That warning felt like a curse, opening the door to fate for the gentle boy. Billy sat beside a bottle of rum, recounting tales of Captain Flint, the infamous pirate. Jim listened intently, the flickering fire reflecting the dreams of adventure in his eyes. One day, a blindfolded man came looking for Billy. There were screams, the sound of a chair falling, then silence. Billy collapsed, leaving behind an old wooden chest, smelling of time. Jim opened the chest and discovered a leather map with a red X. Under the candlelight, he exclaimed, "Treasure Island!" His heart raced like waves crashing against the rocks. Jim brought the map to Dr. Livesey and Squire Trelawney. They decided to set sail on the ship Hispaniola. A fateful journey began. Among the crew was a cook with a wooden leg, Long John Silver. He smiled kindly, spoke politely, making everyone trust him. But a storm brewed in his eyes. On the day the ship departed, the sky was bright. Jim stood on the deck, the wind tousling his hair, his heart ablaze with desire. He thought to himself, "From here on, my life will be different." But when night fell, Jim overheard Silver talking with his accomplices. They plotted to seize the ship, kill the captain, and claim the treasure. He froze, cold sweat running down his back. Jim informed Dr. Livesey. They prepared quietly. The sea outside was calm, but within them, a storm was brewing. Finally, the Hispaniola docked at the island. Lush green forests, towering rocky mountains. Seagulls circled like lost souls. A wild world unfolded before them. As soon as they set foot on the island, Silver's group revolted. Gunfire echoed, smoke filled the air. The battle for survival began in the tropical jungle. Jim ran for his life, his heart racing. He hid in the forest, through moss-covered rocks, where light was just faint streaks among the leaves. In the woods, Jim met Ben Gunn, a man who had been left behind on the island. Disheveled, wild-eyed, yet his smile was as gentle as a child's. Ben said, "I was once Flint's sailor. I know where the real treasure is hidden." Jim rejoiced, realizing fate had orchestrated this meeting. Together with Ben, Jim found an abandoned fortress to take shelter. Outside, gunfire echoed. Inside, a small fire kept them from despair. The following days were a battle of wits between the loyalists and the pirates. Silver attacked and negotiated, his face always hidden behind an inscrutable smile. Jim looked at Silver and saw in his eyes not just ambition, but also loneliness, that of a man drowned by his own dream of freedom. One stormy night, Jim sneaked out to the beach, searching for the drifting Hispaniola. The waves crashed violently, as if testing his courage. He fought with a pirate guarding the ship, throwing him into the sea. The ship now belonged to Jim, the first victory of the slender boy. A brilliant dawn. Jim watched the sun rise from the water, its light like a flame of hope. The final battle was approaching. Following Ben Gunn's directions, Jim and his group ventured into the forest, seeking the treasure's burial site. The air was tense as a drawn bowstring. When they arrived, the treasure cave was empty. Only signs of digging remained. Silver frowned. Someone has been here before. It turned out Ben had moved the treasure to safety. The pirates were furious. while Jim and his comrades quietly prepared to counterattack. The battle erupted fiercely. Gun smoke, screams, blood, and sweat mingled with the tropical rain. One by one, people fell amidst the thunderous roars. Silver took Jim hostage, hoping to escape. But when he looked into the boy's innocent eyes, he froze. His guilty heart trembled. Silver dropped his gun, whispering, "I have lived for gold, but what I found today is courage." Then he vanished into the deep forest. Jim and his comrades reclaimed the real treasure. The gold glimmered on everyone's faces, both dazzling and heavy. Joy mingled with nostalgia. They left the island aboard the Hispaniola. The blue sea stretched out, singing the song of freedom. Jim stood on the deck, his gaze distant towards the horizon. Many years later, Jim wrote this story, not to boast of treasure, but to tell of courage and his own journey of growth. The true treasure lies not in gold and silver, but in a heart that dreams and dares to live. The conqueror of storms is not the strongest, but the one who knows how to steer the wind with their heart.